Okay, so when you think mean, I want you to think the average.
Thank you.
So to find the mean, you add all the values, and then you divide by the number of values. Now when it says values, what do you think that means?
How many numbers there are?
Numbers. So when it means values, it means numbers. So if we look at the numbers we wrote down, all these are values, okay? So if I added all these up together, which you're not going to have to do for time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and add them up. So if I added these up, it would be 744. And then I would divide by how many values that we have. So how many values are there?
8.
8. So I would divide by 8. And that would give us our mean or our average. So our mean would be
93.
Thank
93.
you. 93. These could be your grades. This is how we get your grades. When we put your grades in the grade book, they're added together and then they're divided by how many grades you have, and that's how you come up with your average of your grades. If you like baseball and you have the what is the batter has a stat. What is that stat? Do y'all know? Anybody here like a batting average?
Yeah.
It's from every time they're at bat, their scores, their stats is added up and divided by how many times. That's how they get their batting average. Okay? Okay. Everybody have this? Everybody have this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the median. When you think about the median, do y'all remember what we think? The median, yes,
middle.
Tavian. Good. Miguel and Tavian said it. The middle. Think the middle. Remember in the road we have medians that separate the lanes?
Yeah.
That's the middle of the road, right?
Yeah.
So to find the median, you put the numbers in order from least to greatest. You mark off the high and low values until you reach the middle. If you have an even number, like we have 8 values in this set, then there's going to be 2 in the middle. And so what you do is you add those 2 up together and then you divide by 2. So it says you can cross them out. I just tell you, if you do cross these out on each side, to be real careful. If you get distracted, you'll forget what side you're on. You could end up striking out 2 on one side and not the other if you have a lot of numbers. You can also take your fingers. If you write neatly, if you don't write neatly, if you write neatly and then you can take your fingers, okay? So 92 plus 94?
186.
186 divided by 2 is 93. And look, what comes between 92 and 94?
93.
So the median okay, so on the next one, for the mode, think what?
Yeah.
Think the most. The mode is the most. Now, last period, our first period, somebody asked me a good question, and I remembered how some of my students had this question before. they said, well, isn't 100 the most? And 100 is the most. It's the greatest value in that set of numbers. But when we say most, it means most repeated. Most repeated. Good, Larry. So let's go ahead and think most repeated. So you have to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Find the number that appears the most often. There may be more than one mode, or there may be no mode. So I'm going to write these numbers down again. Always in order from least to greatest. What's our mode?
99.
Everybody see that? Everybody have this? Okay. So the last one is think for the range. I want you to think of the distance in between. So put the numbers in order from least to greatest and subtract the lowest number from the highest number. What was our highest number? 100. What's our lowest number?
83.
So our range
17.
is 17. Good.
I'm not